We're talking about intermittent fasting.
Is that like where you only eat what you can find inside of a mitten?
Well, you don't eat what is inside of a mitten. To eat and not to eat. That is the quest, son. Anyway, before we jump into it...
Let's just jump into it.
Phil, we've been through this. First, what is intermittent fasting?
Everybody has a different take on it, but it's really just where you aren't eating all day.
You should check out Autumn's channel. She talks a lot about intermittent fasting and eating well and exercise. And it's really good if, you're into that YouTube thing. So there are a lot of different ways to do this. I chose the 16-8 method of intermittent fasting. That means I can only eat within an 8-hour window. I chose 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. All other times I could only consume coffee, water, and my tears of regret. So I figure the 16-8 method is a good place to start, right?
Even just a 12-hour to start off with, which I think is a really great idea for a lot of people, not to just jump straight into, a 16-hour fasting period.
Well, I did that anyway. So let's check in on day one, right before 11 a.m. when I was about to eat.
Currently weigh 189 pounds. Woke up 7 a.m. I am hungry.
Huh, that's counterintuitive. But seriously, that first morning was a strug town.
But so far, it's not super hard.
Or not. It was like a month ago. How am I supposed to remember all this stuff? Anyway, after I stopped eating...
A little harder than I thought it would be. I realized it wasn't because I was hungry or needed it. It was just ritual, boredom. It's 10:50 and I'm very hungry. It's been a while since I've felt this hungry, and I am reminded that sometimes it feels good to be hungry. I believe it was Nietzsche who said that sometimes it feels good to be hungry. Being hungry feels better than being too full. But the process of stuffing yourself with food, that's real nice too.
So if stuffing my face with food is so awesome, why would I do this? Why do intermittent fasting?
A lot of my clients come to me for weight loss or GI issues like IBS or SIBO or just some type of gut inflammation.
If you pop a Google, you will find all sorts of purported health benefits of intermittent fasting and a lot of anecdotal evidence that it really helped people, including the most important people, celebrities.
I eat for 8 hours and I fast for 16.
My first meal is at 2 p.m. and then I eat from 2 to 10.
I'm doing it to see if it'll help me lose weight and feel good. Studies and celebrities be damned. I'll find out myself based on what I heard from studies and celebrities. So if I do it correctly, I think I'll know for sure, as long as I didn't cheat. I have not cheated. I have stayed within the 8-hour window every day. I'm amazing. Yeah, I'm amazing. This morning, I got really hungry at like 8. And then it went away, and by the time 11 rolled around, I was like, I can eat, but I didn't throw food in my mouth like Cookie Monster. And then in the evenings, I still fight the habit. This is a big challenge for me, but also I think one of the biggest benefits of intermittent fasting, it prevents mindless snacking. And another thing that helps prevent mindless snacking for me, 310 Nutrition. I want to thank 310 for collaborating with me on this video. They even let me talk to their in-house nutritionist, Erica, who you will see later in this video. And she gave me a lot of helpful advice before I started my fasting journey, so I wouldn't be stupid and do stupid things. There's a link down there in the doobly-doo to get your 310 Nutrition starter kit for $39, when normally a bag shake is $68. That's just math. 310 Nutrition offers weight loss solutions like this 90-calorie meal replacement shake. I started drinking this shake at lunchtime, and it helped reduce my overall snacking without having the deep, deep hunger of a rabid dingo. And the howling was really getting to my neighbors, so this helped me make friends as well. The shake contains no sugar, 15 grams of plant-based protein, 5 grams of patented prebiotic fiber, all this other good stuff, and it's super easy to make. You can add your own fruit and milk and blend it, or simply add milk and shake it. Just shake it. Shake it. Shake it like how you're not supposed to shake a Polaroid picture. You do not need to shake it this much. And it's delicious. The chocolate flavor, that's for me. Not just for me, but So I'd try that if I were you, as well as one of their original tea servings. And normally I'm a coffee guy, but hey, tea sometimes tea, okay? You find those in their starter kit, which you can get if you click the link in the description. And you can get it for $39 and a free shipping code for orders over $50. That's 70% off the regular price with my exclusive Wheezy link, my exclusive link. The site's super easy to navigate. Just click right there to go to the starter kit, or up there if you want to get the meal replacement shake or the teas. Wow! Sorry, I also like to howl shirtless when I'm excited, not just when I'm hungry. I should work on that. Now, where were we? We're talking about how the fact that I can't eat after 7 p.m. prevents bad snacking.
If you think about what you're going to snack on later in the evening, it's probably not going to be something that's the healthiest. You're not going to be reaching for broccoli at night.
We have these cookies you can make quickly in the oven, and
And I definitely don't need them because I don't get hungry. But if I wasn't doing this, I would have eaten more every evening. But now I don't, and it makes the mornings after go swimmingly.
You seem a little crabbier in the mornings.
Do I?
Yeah.
I'm always talking like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I read that as grumpy.
I don't know. That's just how I talk in the morning. I'm clearing my throat.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And then in the evening, after Ada goes to bed, in our normal life, when I'm not fasting,
You'll make a nice cocktail. You can't really do that now.
still make you a cocktail.
Yeah, that helps. You can watch me.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun for everyone.
Sure is. Which brings up the common issue that I always have with the challenges I've been doing, going vegan, no sugar, no internet, getting up super early. I can't do the things other people are doing when they're doing them. And the things that other people often are doing is eating. This is an issue that especially comes up when I'm visiting my parents in the evening.
My food is not good enough for our son.
Back in my day, we ate everything, all the time. Didn't even make sense.
I guess I have no control over who I'm raising.
Raisins.
Like guiding a flower in a garden.
Veggies.
You nurture the soil,
Soy.
supply the water,
Water. Melon.
and merely wait for a blossom.
Onion blossom appetizers that you get at TGI Fridays.
I can only table my disappointment.
Table.
Don't you dare eat the table.
Well, I can't eat your disappointment.
I wish you could. I wish you could.
Bet it would be delicious.
You know it would, Love Muffin.
Muffin.
Okay. Autumn has a solution to this problem with scheduling your social times.
If I know I'm going to go out to dinner on a Friday night and the dinner reservations don't even start till 7, then that day I just shift the window to like 12:30 to 8:30.
Well, don't you get really hungry then?
So the more you do it, the less hungry you get because your body gets better at using fat as fuel. Using fat versus sugar is slightly more difficult where it requires more of a breakdown process, which is why if you are constantly eating, your body's not going to use fat as fuel because it can use the easier source of carbohydrates. As your body continues to use intermittent fasting, it gets better essentially at using that fat burning fuel source.
I'll be the judge of that.
I got about 20 minutes before I can eat again, and I'm giving Ada here Cheerios. I really, really want to eat them. Enjoy your Cheerios, kid. You can have them. I can't. And I feel kind of low on energy.
Usually with my clients, first like 3 to 7 days of intermittent fasting is a little bit difficult just because you have that lower blood glucose level.
Actually, almost kind of cheated and started eating an hour early today at 10 a.m. Didn't have enough energy. But now I feel fine. So, whatever that was, I think I'm over it. I did get a new shirt though, so that's pretty cool. A few days ago, I had like a little bit of digestive issues going on, overly full, uncomfortably full.
Well, tell me a little bit about what you're eating.
I think I was probably eating like... See, there's the problem right there. Who knows what I was eating? I just wasn't paying attention to what I was eating. I was just eating in that 8-hour window.
So it could have just been that you weren't used to eating that much during that small amount of time.
Hey, that's what I thought too. I'm going to adjust some things. From this point on, I'm going to start counting the calories and try to keep them at a what's the word I'm looking for? So I begun counting calories, and here's what I noticed immediately. I was definitely eating enough calories in the day in my 8-hour window, and maybe too much. Counting calories. That was a good idea, right?
I don't necessarily recommend pairing calorie restriction with intermittent fasting. Your body might start to think that there's just not enough food in the environment because you're fasted and you're not eating enough. So it could start to lower your basal metabolic rate or your metabolism, and that'll make it so that it's more difficult to lose weight.
Well, I did it anyway. That interview didn't happen until the month was over. And it kind of seemed to work out for me. I'm hungry, and I'm losing weight, and I'm hungry. But otherwise, I feel good. Probably more energy than I normally have at this time. Maybe the coffee's hitting me harder, the same way alcohol hits you harder on an empty stomach. I don't know. I'm feeling motivated. Like hungry, not just for food, but for life. I'm getting used to the hunger. It feels... I kind of enjoy it in a sick way. That's it. That was a month of intermittent fasting. All done.
How do you feel?
Great, and I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not done. I started at 189 pounds, and now I'm at 182 pounds.
And how do you feel?
Great. Sometimes I'm like, I wish I were eating right now.
Sure.
Not in like a week
a weakened sort of way.
Right.
Like, I need the energy for the foods.
But like in a weekend sort of way where you're like, oh, let's go to brunch. Let's do the thing.
Exactly.
It's helping me be healthier too because I am indulging less after our kid goes to bed.
Vicariously intermittent fasting.
Yes.
Vicodin fasting.
Vicodin fasting?
Yes, we are doing that.
I haven't had any Vicodin
Yeah.
all month.
Yeah, and it's really done the same for me.
Yeah.
And now we're on like day 40, and I'm still doing it. And I like it. So I'm going to keep doing it. Okay? Can I keep doing it?
As long as you're eating enough during your eating window and eating enough of the right things at the right time, then in theory, you can keep using intermittent fasting as long as you want.
Well, fine. Then I'm going to keep doing it until Sesame Street calls and they need a new Cookie Monster. So let's do a list of the things that I discovered that I like about IF. That's right, I can refer to it as IF now because I'm an IFMFer. Internet fasting mega follower. What I like about internet fasting: 1, it eliminates bad habits. The obvious things that it eliminated for me are the bad snacking and drinking in the evenings. I eat far less of my personal 4 food groups: ICWA, ice cream, chocolate, beer, and whiskey. 2, reduced hunger. Definitely not true at first. I am hungry. But eventually, my hunger levels went down, and sometimes I wouldn't be hungry at all for long periods of time. I would just spend my time... Wow. 3, more energy in the morning and steady energy throughout the day. Again, this wasn't true at first.
You seem a little crabbier in the mornings.
Do I? But eventually, I'm feeling motivated. Like hungry, not just for food, but for life. The reason for this energy, according to Autumn, might be...
Naturally, we have a higher level of the hormone cortisol in the morning, which makes it so that we already have energy stores available. It's just that we're so used to being reliant on our blood glucose stores rather than, our fat burning mechanisms. And that's a much more unstable food source because we don't have as much of it.
Which might be why my energy levels just kind of generally stayed the same throughout the day, like when I had no sugar, avoiding that crash in the afternoon where I come down with the late 30s. It's an affliction I get sometimes. 4, limits are good for me. Giving myself hard limits and sticking to them really helps, rather than being like, ooh, I'll just have a little bit here, I'll have a little bit here. I check the time, it's before 11 a.m. No! It's after 7 p.m. No! However, this is where we'll bring the other nutritionist, Erica, that I talked to, into the video. However,
some people do very well when they just tell themselves, okay, I'm not going to eat until this time, and they're fine with that. Every diet will work for a lot of people, and it also won't work for a lot of people.
Different food for different dudes. Different cows for different gals. Different yum-yums for different dum-dums. I don't know. Point is, I don't know if all these benefits are just unique to intermittent fasting specifically, but it did work for me. And I like doing things that work for me. So here's some tips for all of you potential IFMFers out there. 1, plan ahead. Sure, a spontaneous corn dog hork fest is a good time, but you're gonna have to plan your hork fests in advance so you know when you can start eating. 2, drink lots of water.
Drinking a lot of water, even when you're not fasting.
People will get dehydrated. We're used to getting some liquid from our food too. So you really need to make sure that you're increasing the hydration status and drinking more water.
I've been drinking lots of water, and the things I noticed are: number 1, 3, listen to your body. This one's a little tricky, and every nutritionist I talk to generally says something like, listen to your body.
If you're hungry, I don't think you should be going against your internal cues and telling yourself not to eat. If you're hungry, you should eat.
And Autumn suggests full meals instead of several snacks throughout the day.
What I found is really great for success for weight loss is having those full meals and eating until satiated, because then you even get a little bit of gut rest in between your meals during your fasted period too.
Sometimes I think we have trouble identifying whether we need food or don't. That's why I get into trouble with overeating and stuff, especially when you're starting out with a diet.
You could feel some upset stomach issues if you are fasting for a long period of time and then you start your fed window with a huge meal. I would recommend starting off with something smaller that's lighter on the stomach and then increasing your food intake.
At first, I kind of did feel that. I was probably eating more than I needed to at breakfast and throughout the day. Eventually, I was able to overcome that by counting calories, but that works for me, and that's not necessarily what's recommended. My theory is that I probably wasn't really listening to what my body needed very well before I started this. And counting calories helped me get over the wanting to fill my gullet hole with num-nums. But everyone's situation is going to be different. I think listen to your body can mean, hey, just make sure you're eating enough, pal, or hey, don't eat too much, bucko. But everyone's situation is going to be different. For me, it's the eating too much that was a problem. So calorie counting worked out for me. I'm not a nutritionist. You should talk to a professional before you attempt any of this. 4, 5, and 4, do your research. I recommend reading as many articles as you can find on the subject, talking to a doctor or a nutritionist, a professional of some kind. Check out Autumn Bates' channel. It's been very helpful for me. Check out what people are going to say in the comments. Not everybody, but some people. I'm sure they're going to point out things I did wrong. Go for it. Thank you for watching. YouTube thinks you'll like this video. This is a playlist of my previous challenges, including no sugar, no internet, going vegan, getting up super early, lots of things. I have a Patreon if you want to support me, and there's a secret daily vlog over there. Every weekday, I do a video for patrons. And you can subscribe to my channel and hit the bell for notifications, or just be you. Or be you.